Hey y'all, happy Saturday. It's author Tony B. Shelton, aka the bookstore no Madame, aka your favorite children's book author, aka the wealthiest of them all. Something that has been sitting on my spirit. And this has branched from several conversations with folks close to me. A lot of them are in business or they have to leverage social media to draw awareness and attention to the things that they're doing. As someone who has self published 11 books currently and is now stocked in libraries and about to do a whole bunch of stuff, like about to work with the city in doing a festival and has been approved to be a vendor with cities in the past to facilitate book clubs. And I've done everything from keynotes to having people have me do a workshop with the campus and then purchasing my books in bulk. I know, I know we think social media is important, and it really is. But when I sit here and I get transparent with y'all about what has actually gotten my books in front of new people and what has actually brought the most like monetary value, and this is not me being crass, but when I think about being an indie author and actually like signing contracts and processing invoices for folks that have purchased like bulk orders of my books, it's not come from Facebook. Like it has not come from Instagram. It's not come from my YouTube or my TikTok presence. So I say all of that to say that if you are an indie author or you're building a business around literature and books, like it's really important for you to know that social media is dope, but if your aim is to leverage your books, get more awareness, and then actually like convert folks to monetize, like I just need y'all to know that word of mouth is still number one. Like the opportunities that I've gotten to date, and granted, I'm not successful at scale yet, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But as far as the last couple of books that I've written for me, and this is not a ton, but I've moved 300 copies each of my children's books. Now, I know that's not a lot of books, but work with me here because we just started in my career. Word of mouth still matters. You need to be hitting the pavement. I know I came up in an era where people put flyers on the tops of cars. I don't know if we got to go back to that, but you need to be talking about your work. And you need to know who the small businesses are, who the libraries are, who the bookstores are, who the parents are. You need to figure out who your audience is. Like, I say all this to say that I know social media is important, but I just don't think that it's a requirement based upon all of the businesses that people have out. And I think social media has made us a bit lazy in how we market, advertise, promote, make people aware of the things that we're doing. So if you're listening to this, you're listening to this on Substack. So I imagine that you're a writer. And one of the things that I wish someone would have told me when I started as an indie author in 2021 is that social media may be important for your very first book, right? It's low hanging fruit to post a picture on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, do your videos, record your days, take your pictures handing your books, make sure that you're taking pictures of people with their books. It's cute when you first start, but if you want to sustain yourself as an author and if your aim is for people to patronize and buy your books, you need to open your mouth in person. You need to open your mouth in person. That is how indie authors can sustain themselves. Every workshop that I got, every keynote that I got, every bulk order purchase that I got. And I'm telling y'all, I'm coming off the helm of just last week. I found out that my children's book, The Scared Frog Takes the Leap, is going to be put in all 4 locations of the libraries in Central Texas, in the Waco library in particular. I just got shelved in a library where I live. So as I build out this framework and learn like how do I get books into people's hands and then how do people know who I am and purchase my books, Yeah, there's doing social media, but there's also building a real relationship and me having coffee and conversations and using Facebook to figure out who people are and using Instagram to figure out maybe the layout of the city, joining mother groups, joining parent groups, joining school district groups, all of that is helpful. But at the end of the day, when you're thinking about making money and actually moving and selling your books, it's going to be on you. You cannot rely on social media. I'm sorry. I know everybody sees the one TikTok. I know they see the kids on TikTok that go viral and they put their book in the TikTok store. And I think that's a great strategy. Like, I think you should do that. I'm just saying, do not rely fully on that. You have to be willing to get out. And word of mouth is still the most important. So I don't know who you are listening to this live. I don't know if you've written a book or you're getting in the process of writing a book or you have some books out. It's on you. Go on into the local library and ask them what you gotta do to be shelved. Ask them what you can do to lead a story time. Go to the local school district and see, "Hey, what do I need to do a story time? Would you be interested in purchasing my books? Do you have a parent-family engagement night?" Right? These are opportunities for you to get your face and your books in front of other people. One of the things that I just did, which makes me very excited because I was actually a Boys and Girls Club kid, was I went and read at the Boys and Girls Club. It was fun. I read to some 8 and 10-year-olds, took my stuffed frog with me. We had a great time, and they've asked me to read at other locations. Now, did they buy in bulk from me? No, not yet. And this is the real thing of I truly if you've written a book that you truly enjoy, especially in the children's book arena, you should be doing story times. You should be doing story times. Everybody's looking for a story time. You need to be hitting up the early education centers, the school districts, the home school communities, the small businesses, the bookstores, the coffee shops. You need to be talking to your church. I'm not the biggest on vending affairs. I'm not the biggest on vending affairs. Maybe some of y'all on here have moved a lot of books just being a vendor. That doesn't work for me. I usually have my best return on investment when I do a story time or I speak or I lead a workshop and my books are there to be purchased. That's how I've done the best. Just setting up books for the sake of setting up books and having people pass by and buy them, like, that hasn't been a good strategy for me. So I just want to get on this live. Like, I know usually y'all I'm more uplifting and inspirational, but it's really just been on my mind and heart. Social media, it's a great tool. I think having a platform is great on multiple platforms. I'm also telling you, there are plenty of people moving books, getting their books out in front of the world and making money doing speaking engagements and workshops, but they're not doing it just because of social media. They're doing it because they, in person, in real life, are advocating on their behalf and they're going to people and they're promoting themselves. They're putting together proposals and they're pitching. So in 2026, this is the year that, yeah, we might be on social, but this is the year of us putting together a proposal and pitching. So let's get it, y'all. Happy Saturday. This is the bookstore Nomad Dom, aka Tony B. Shelton, signing